This is Dan. Welcome to Engelgeist. For those of you that are new, welcome. For those of you that are returning, welcome back. For those of you that support me over on Patreon, thank you so very much for your subscriptions. They mean the world to me. If you're interested in supporting the channel, you can check out my daily forecast on my YouTube channel in the video descriptions. There is some words of wisdom as to how I would like you to use my videos and ways to support the channel, how to book a private reading. All of that stuff is located over on YouTube in the drop-down menus of the dailies. This is a broad spectrum forecast for the month of May for the sign of Pisces. So anybody with a sun, moon, or rising in the sign of Pisces, you may want to watch this. If you have heavily placed planets in Pisces, you may want to watch this. By heavily placed planets, I mean like if you have 3 or more planets in the sign of Pisces. I have 3. I mean, my sun sign is Pisces, my Venus, and my Mercury are all in Pisces. So, not only am I a Pisces sun, but I'm a heavily placed Pisces as that. So get with it. What was I going to say? This is a broad spectrum reading, so it is intended for a lot of people. So some of this may fit in your life, some of it may not. That's completely okay. It doesn't mean anything's wrong. You just might be working on something different at this time. Take what you need and leave the rest. So like if some of it works, great. If some of it doesn't make any sense at all, it doesn't have to be your reading at this time, okay? What else was I going to say? If you're here to cross-watch for a Pisces, you should probably let them know that you're doing that because they would probably fall in love with you even more because they're kind of kooky like that. But you're more than welcome to be here. Share this video out with other Piscean people if you feel so inclined, because I would love to find my Pisces viewers. I love this sign because I am one. And feel free to give the thumbs up sign, subscribe to the channel, all of that good stuff. If you want to stick around, like I said, there's a daily all signs forecast every day. I've got these every month and special like one-offs that I do, like lives and things like that. All right, so, oh wait, shit, last night was Sunday and I didn't go live. Whoops. Whoa, that slipped right by my brain. Okay. Anyways, this first card is the signifier for the month. So it's kind of like the month's tour guide card. It tells me a little bit sort of about what the overarching theme can be for the month, what we need to reflect upon, what our focus should be, that sort of a thing. The deck that I'm using is the Queen of the Moon Oracle. Okay, we've got Supermoon, card number 44. We're not fucking around, are we, Pisces? 44 is a master number, supermoon, and it's called attraction. So what are we attracting to ourselves? We do have this Scorpio full moon tonight on this very evening, and we'll be feeling the effects of that for the next few days. So I would be definitely into the idea of channeling some of that energy. Full moons are usually like kind of what we want to release and let go of. But this attraction supermoon says to me that we might actually have some really big opportunities coming up for us in the month of May. I certainly could use them, right? I hope you could too. So let's see what's going on in the cards. I do like that this is a number 44. To me, master numbers always make me think of the idea of, okay, maybe there's something that we are mastering. Maybe we're mastering the art of attraction, or maybe we're becoming more in tune and in touch with who we are and appreciating that and allowing that to expand and become bigger, right? And therefore, we're attracting more of what makes sense to us, what fits in with us, what validates us, versus, the stuff that we've maybe gotten in the past, which has been invalidating or not, feeling not seen, whatever it is that we've been going through. To me, this feels like this is a turn for the better, but we have to see what the cards are. So let's see what it is that we're attracting. This first card is going to be what I call the center card. This tells me sort of where you're at for the majority of the month, not the entirety of the month, but it gives me insight of, what is that, Pisces? One card fell off? I don't know if I like that. I'm going to shuffle. That was weird. What card was it? Oh no, I don't like that. I'm going to shuffle one more time. That's the weirdest cut I've ever seen. Just one card cuts off the bottom. Just so we know, that card was the 8 of Swords. So, and there we go. That's a better cut. All right. That was the center for Cancer. So anyways, this center now, it tells me not only where we're at for the majority of the month, but it also can give me insight into what we could potentially be creating for the future. So our card is, okay, still with that Swords energy. It's the Knave of Swords. This was actually up in the Where the fuck was this? This was in somebody's spirit space. I want to say it was in Cancers, but I'm not 100% sure. Was it Cancer? I can't remember. Anyways, Knave of Swords would be sometimes a little bit of a psychic detective. We might be in our minds a little bit, but that's okay. I like that it's the Knave in the sense that we're learning some stuff about maybe how our mind works, how our thoughts work, where our mind is open and where it's not. I also think that with this attraction card, I like that this is the Knave, and in essence, we're in a position of being somewhat teachable. We're in a position of investigation, a position of like sort of maybe figuring some shit out this month, ideally positively, with some optimism, with some excitement. And it's more on a mental tip, but that's okay because we're such emotional beings. I think that when we've got our mind working with our emotions, because we can't really shut those off, and that's why people think we're crazy. But when we've got our mind working with our emotions, we actually are kind of like this super moon, right? We can attract really magical sort of shit. And so, excuse my language today. I don't know why I'm swearing like a sailor, but I just feel like I want to. We can attract and make magical stuff. So with this Knave of Swords in the center, to me, it's like, let's open our mind. What new things can we learn? What new ways of thought? What new ways of being? What new perspectives can we learn or see? What sort of like, can we maybe look at a little bit closer and get a better understanding of, right? Not only, like mentally, right? Like a little bit of sort of private eye work going on. Look at the finer details of what we're thinking and what that actually brings to us, right? And when we do that, we end up understanding exactly what we are attracting, maybe. And maybe it's something that we don't actually even want. And so we're able to clear that out. The Knave will teach that, he won't teach us that, but he'll be willing to learn a way of seeing that, right? So now the next card is the Foundation. This is what everything's built upon. It's a card from the past. It tells me a bit about sort of what was going on in the past and why things are the way that they are in the reading today. So when I call this the Foundation, this card also signifies sort of the memory from the past that could be pushing everything into the future or holding everything in place. I hope that makes sense. So that's why I look at this card. Oh, wow. So we have the Ten of Swords. So my Pisces have been through enough fucking pain. Let's just say that. Mental anguish, distraught, whatever you've been dealing with in the past, Pisces, it's time to let it go. Tens are about completions, right? I have to say this. This card in the Foundation makes me slightly nervous in the sense that the Ten of Swords is usually about betrayal, defeat, that kind of a thing. But tens also indicate that sort of closing up of the chapter and moving back around to the Ace, to the new beginnings, and starting through the pip cards again, right? Like through the Ace, 2, 3, that journey, right? So when I'm looking at this Ten of Swords and we have the Knave, which would be right above him, not only physically here on the wooden board, but right above him in the deck of cards, we have learned something along the way. We're still continuing to learn with that Page of Swords in the center, right? We're still investigating things, but we're keeping an open mind. We're keeping an optimism about us, and we're letting that shit from the past, whatever it was, whoever betrayed us, whoever hurt us, whoever harmed us, we're kind of like, okay, I get it now, I'm done, right? And so I like that, and I think that we've learned something from that. Does that make sense? And so make sure that that's not all in vain, but also make sure that we're not utilizing that memory as in the Foundation as our creation point, right? Because we don't want to be attracting more of that crap, right? And we've maybe attracted a fair amount of crap in our lives. I mean, I know Pisces, we usually end up having to deal with a fair amount of drama. And it doesn't necessarily always have to do with us. It just sort of finds its way to us because we are so emotional. And so I think that some of this swords energy, this analytical air energy for us is actually good because it's showing us where we've been too caught up in our heads and messed up in our thoughts or worried in our upset or defeated and what's the word? Like, I don't want to say resentful, but like our pride was hurt, whatever it was, and that's what we were focusing on. We were maybe creating more of that. So now it's time to move that out and get a little bit more empowered by stepping from the 10 into the knave and starting to learn how our mind works and how we actually attract stuff to us. Now, the next card up above us is the Spirit or Soul card. This tells me a bit about sort of where your spirit or soul is at. I'll take it. Let's get it. Four of Wands. So Four of Wands, wands would be fire energy, which is a nice balance to all of this air energy that's happening, although neither of these are complementary energies to us, nor is it our home element, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. We're just becoming more well-rounded, right, Pisces? we are mutable. We do we can go with the flow. We can learn new tricks. Even if we're old dogs, we can learn new tricks. That's one thing about Pisces that's great, is we can sort of adapt to our surroundings very easily. The Four of Wands to me is, some people call this the soulmate card. And to me, it's a card of celebration, certainly. It's also, Wands is the element of fire and that of the spirit. So I like that this is in our soul or spirit space, because it is a very spiritual, sort of fiery card. I wouldn't be surprised if we're not turned on a little bit. And what I mean by turned on is, I mean like, God, it sounds like he's got fucking tap shoes on, that dog. I'm gonna kill him. Hey, whatever you're doing, cut it out. See how quiet he got? Gabriel, come here. What are you doing, bud? It's like he's tap dancing in the hallway. Sorry, guys. All right, so what I mean by this Four of Wands being here is, I feel like the desire, or the spiritual desire, the drive, the energy, the action is there this month, right? I feel like we need to tap into that. We need to celebrate ourselves. If we're not in love with somebody else, right? Because that would be sort of the soulmate aspect of this card, or the desire aspect of this card. If we're not in love with somebody else, then fall in love with ourselves. Don't come in here and start barking. Hey, leave him alone. He's not a chew toy. So fall in love with ourselves, right? Celebrate ourselves. Find that connection to our own spirit, our own fire, our own passion, and allow that to sort of drive us. The knave is going to open us up and be optimistic about learning about that. We're like, I feel like we're departing this 10 of Swords in the past. We're like, okay, great. I've learned my lessons from all that bullshit. I don't want it anymore. I want something different. For some of you specifically, this could be sort of that idea or that desire for that one, right? And what I mean by that one is, I'm talking about like a significant other, soulmate kind of relationship. Is it here yet? Not quite yet. But does your spirit want to connect you to it? Potentially, yes, right? That's only for some of you. For the broader, spectrum of my Piscean people, this is about celebrating yourself, celebrating your spirit, expressing that in a way, allowing it to come down, to light you up, to turn you on, to excite you. The Knave of Swords allows you to sort of open your mind and experience that. And all of this is part of this attraction, this supermoon energy where, maybe we're feeling playful, maybe we're having fun thoughts, maybe we're feeling, sexy or desirable. That's all like Four of Wands energy too. Like, let that come in. And in a traditional Four of Wands, there's usually a wedding depicted, but here there's a bunch of cats having a party. It's a big pussy party, but whatever, I'll take it. I'm into it. So let it happen and enjoy that. That's what I feel like the spirit is trying to connect you to in the month of May. The next two cards are what I call the outside influences. These are what are affecting the Pisces, either positively or negatively during the month of May. They can be things like belief systems or events, or things more vague, like, they can be people or events, or things more vague, like belief systems or energies that are having an effect on you. So one is the Knave of Pentacles. I'm not mad at him. This could be an earth sign for some of you. I love that he's another knave. We have the Knave of Swords in the center. Now, although this is an outside influence, that's why I'm saying this could be an earth sign, somebody. This is not an air sign. This would be you guys in your mind. But the Knave of Pentacles to me would be, usually indicates a younger person of the earth sign variety, like Taurus, Capricorn, or Virgo. All of them are very much compatible with us, all three of those signs. Taurians are extremely sexy, I have to say. And then Virgo is our complementary sign. So either we really get along with them or we really battle with them. It really depends. But I like him in the sense that if this is a person outside of us that is of the earth sign ilk, right? it could be somebody that's trying to show us a little bit about how to create, right? In the sense that he is Pentacles energy. He is material wealth. He is still learning his own way and still making his own way, but he feels like an equal to that Knave of Swords in the center. So if we have somebody around us that we feel kind of connected to and similar, or there's like a similar appreciation, or we're on like the sort of same level, this might be that person. You can throw that whole earth sign aspect out if this fits with somebody that's a non-earth sign that's around you. They may be able to help you financially, help you like flesh out some ideas in your mind about how to create what it is that you want and how to attract what it is that you want. The Knave of Pentacles can sometimes indicate somebody that wants to move a little bit slower than normal because they are Pentacles energy. So they might be a little bit like, you know, 2 steps forward, then they pull back, 2 steps forward, then they pull back. And I know that that can be quite frustrating for Pisces because we want to be usually pretty open and emotionally demonstrative. And so we may not be able to be that way with this person as easily as we would like. That could be an indication of who this person is for you. If this is not a person, say you're not interested in anybody, or you're married and you're like, no, I'm not entertaining anybody new. And this doesn't have to be romantic necessarily. I just like that there's an equality between these two knaves. But that Four of Wands does kind of give me a little bit of a romantic vibe up there. Like we might be falling in love with ourselves and life again. It's just sort of the feeling that I'm getting. The Knave of Pentacles could be a situation where new opportunities are coming to us to earn money, right? Where we might have to learn how to go about doing that. Again, back to this supermoon attraction thing, right? It's about mastery here in this 44. It's about killing this puppy. Stop it. Hey, zoomies. Oh, he's like running through the house. All right. So this 44 is about mastery. These knaves are all about willing to learn, grow, and teach themselves to gain that mastery, right? So these opportunities could be coming to us from the outside universe or world around us, the environment, where it could be new work opportunities or new business opportunities, new creative ideas that could potentially make us money or bring us the things that we want in life. But we're not going to necessarily have the full plan laid out. That's the knave aspect of it. But trust that he's here to help you. It may be a slow process because the Pentacles energy moves a little bit slower, but it's steady and it's possible. It's out there for you. Now, oh wow. Here he comes. He's going to zoom in here again. The other side is the Queen of Pentacles. So she's also would indicate, if she's a person outside of us, she would ideally be a female, older, a lady in charge. She could be a boss. She could be a mother. She could be an older sister, somebody who's a bit of an authority because she's the queen, right? Again, we're talking earth sign here. So it would be Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. Yeah, Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. Doesn't necessarily have to be, but those are sort of how these are indicated. The Queen of Pentacles, to me, I feel like, again, because it's Pentacles, this feels like there's a big one-up happening. I wouldn't be surprised if my Pisces are in a money-making mood in this month, or they find opportunities to make money or make progress in business, in their wealth, right? In their material wealth, because that's what the Pentacles indicate. Both of these want to show you and bring you to that, to those opportunities. I feel like the Queen knows a little bit more, obviously, than the Knave, but I like that the Knave is willing to sort of learn with you. I don't know why, but I feel like the Knave and the Knave of Swords are kind of like on equal level. It's really strange. Okay, like they're like two kittens from the same litter. So that's kind of how I feel is what's going on there. So I would say also, I like that they're both Pentacles in the sense that not only is it the complementary earth energy to the water sign that is Pisces, but it's also very much, and we're in Taurus season for the first half of May. So that's really indicative of this might be a very good season for us because it's Taurian season. We also, like I said, we have that full moon in Scorpio, which is a water sign. So there's a lot of like kind of combining there that feels really nice. What was I going to say? I like the steadiness of all of this earth energy as the outside influences for us. So if we've been in a little bit of fast moving kind of craziness in the like say the year past, that would be the 10 of Swords energy. Now it's time to settle and let the things around us settle and let them bring to us the good things that we need as we kind of work through our thoughts, open up our minds, start to begin to attract something new, better, whatever it is that we want, begin to gain the mastery over that. And if you look, we have card 44 and we have that 4 up in the spirit realm too. So it's like a 444 happening there. I just noticed that too, that 4 of Wands, which is ideally about that, like I said, if it's not about a soulmate and it's, you know, it's certainly about connecting with yourself, and it's certainly about celebrating who you are at the level of spirit and your desire and your ability to create that and take action and make that happen. Okay, you may not completely know the way, but you're going to learn it, Pisces. That's those knaves there. Now, this last card, and I'm gonna seriously, you need to go cut it out. This is why I kennel you, because you just don't have any like. You have no boundaries, you have no barriers, you were born on the cusp of Sagittarius and Scorpio, you're a mess. Go. All right. This last card is what I call the potential outcomes. So this card is not set in stone, but it is kind of how the majority of the Pisces are going to experience the end of the month. But if it's a negative card, we can take it as a warning and make choices and changes through our free will to affect the outcome so it does not come to pass. But if it's a positive card, we can take heart in the fact that it's naturally heading towards us. He's chewing the corner of the carpet. He's like such a freak. We can take heart in the fact that we're naturally heading towards it. Okay, so let's see what it is, Pisces. All right, 9 of Pentacles. All right, I will say this. 9 of Pentacles is like the Miss Independent card, right? She has everything she needs. She's not necessarily in love though. So I'm going to say that, Pisces. I think that 4 of Wands, for my Pisces that are true romantics, that are single and alone and maybe feeling a little lonely, I'm putting up my hand right now because I'm one of them. If you're feeling the loneliness of that, don't worry. I feel like it will come. I feel like that 4 of Wands is maybe the initiation of you and your spirit maybe having that chat of, I really would like somebody, but I want them to be a special somebody. I want them to be somebody I appreciate. For some of you, this double knave thing could be somebody coming in that actually is on your level or that is interesting to you in that way and compatible with you in that way. And then for some of you with this 9 of Pentacles, I feel like it's not necessarily about falling in love in the month of May, but it is about getting your sort of ducats right, like getting your, getting the Benjamins together and having some financial stability and some abundance in a material sense where you feel stable, you feel happy, you feel independent, you have the things that you need, you've reached a sense of sort of ideally personal completion. And that's what a 9 will represent to me, right? Especially with that 10 of swords in the foundation, it says to me, we've had a rough go. Like it's time to kind of settle in and start to, I don't know if it's a shift in perspective, but maybe it is, but we start to attract, at least I wouldn't be surprised if some of you start making some serious money with these pentacles all around you. And I also think that there's like a grounding that's taking place with all of this pentacle energy too, that's like sort of centering us and bringing us down into the present moment where maybe before we weren't necessarily available or able to be in the present moment because we might have been too sort of either sidetracked, freaked out, whatever was going on for us. And that's okay, right? That's okay. That 10 of Swords was not an easy experience. Wherever that experience lies for you, right? Each one of you, it's going to be different. Like some of you, it might just be the 2020 experience. And some of you, it might be something specific from a different period. But whatever it was, it's like, we're ready to leave that in the past. We're ready to let that go. We're ready to no longer allow that to hurt us or harm us. And we're ready to sort of open our mind and walk in these thoughts of opportunity, attraction, desire, connection, spirit, right? That's all the 4 of Wands energy up there. And start to begin to see what exactly we can bring to ourselves. And with the Knave and the Queen there, and then ending up at the 9 of Pentacles, we might be a little bit surprised by month's end, just what actually arrives at our door. And I don't know that this stops, because I don't feel like that 4 of Wands just like magically goes away at the end of May. I think as long as we harbor that relationship up there with our spirit in that 4 of Wands energy, it's like a superconductor for whatever it is that we want. I hope that makes sense, Pisces. That is your forecast for the month of May. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them on the video and I will try and answer them. If you enjoyed the video, please hit the thumbs up button. Please consider subscribing to the YouTube channel. I'd greatly appreciate the support. Please share this video with any friends that you think need to see it. You can cross-watch your other signs if you know your sun, moon, and rising. And I look forward to seeing you guys all next month. You can also join me every day on the YouTube channel for the daily forecast. And if you're watching this on Facebook, please go over and subscribe to my YouTube channel because the daily forecast only goes on over there every morning. And beyond that, you can also contact me at the Facebook business page if you're interested in a private reading. And I look forward to seeing you guys all next month. All right, have a great May and take care. Bye-bye.